Good everyone, I welcome to today's video, and today it's a request by ItsFilips for the Archer again. I don't get why he's requested a tank, but he's requested one of the most unusual tanks. This is the Valentine Archer. Now, IRL, the Archer, well not the Archer, the Valentine was a tank that it got the job done. It could carry a 2-pounder, a 75, or a 6-pounder. However, there was no real room for improvement on it. And obviously we had a load of Valentine chassis still. So we thought, why don't we try and see if we can put a 70-pounder in it? Unfortunately, the front of the Valentine is just too dang small to allow for such a large gun and a breech and a crew and a driver and etc. to be fully able to fully work. The only way was if you put it backwards. And I haven't driven the Archer since I spaded it around about a year ago, so I will probably be a bit rusty, but I'll try my best. And it's actually not that bad of a vehicle. I see a lot of people complaining about the Archer being a bit shit, and I'm sorry, but you're playing it wrong. My first game in this thing was an ace. The next game after that was 4, but I died because of no FPE. But if you play this thing right, it can work. So obviously, when we're driving forward, we are defenseless. Many people say to drive the Archer backwards, which this isn't what it takes. You don't do 20 kilometers an hour in reverse. So you can't. You do about 4 miles an hour in reverse, if that. So you've got to play the Archer very differently to how you would a normal tank. It still plays like an SPG, like a Stug or something, but you have to take into consideration the fact that your gun's facing backwards. So if you're driving to a new position and a tank pops up in front of you, chances are you're dead and you just don't know it yet. But I do have the skins to do on this vehicle eventually. And whilst I didn't get many kills whilst I was spading it, because it was a quick spade, I think we can make this thing work. And if I remember rightly, my stats, I had a pretty okay time of it. I mean, yeah, it wasn't the best. I mean, look, 2-1 with an air kill. I don't remember getting that. I'll be brutally honest. But it wasn't so bad. The only reason why it was bad in terms of stats was because of the teams. The teams were dog shit. Most of my deaths in the Archer were actually from aircraft. Obviously, we are open top because there was no other way to put the 17-pounder in. They did have a canvas roof that they'd put over the top, but canvas ain't going to stop a 20mm round, is it? And this is a perfect map for this tank. Kursk. With a 17-pounder cannon, anything you look at should bloody die from it. Simple fact. So just taking a drink then. I've had quite a few to get through, well, quite a few things to get through today. So I've been doing a lot of talking. I had a couple of sub requests. Obviously, I did the CR32 earlier on. So you saw there, we spawned in with the camera facing backwards. That's standard Archer. And I see a lot of people giving the I'm just going to call it Valentine because I'm sick and tired of calling it the Archer. I'm sick and tired of people giving this thing shtick, which it doesn't deserve. Move out the way, retard. He looks mad about that. Whatever. The thing is that you got to play it differently. You can't play it like a tank. Well, you can't play it like a normal tank destroyer. That's for certain. You play it like a tank destroyer, but you don't play it like a normal one. With 7 degrees of gun depression and about 20 degrees of gun elevation, it's got good characteristics of a nice hill sniper. Obviously, we will probably get revenge bombed by all these tryhards who are stat padding. But if we get into a nice position early, like on the riverbed where I'm going to head to, we might be able to get a decent game out of this thing. So how long has it been since I've driven the Archer? Around about a year. I just don't drive this thing. It's not really my sort of tank. I mean, it's unique, that's why I like it, And not only that, carrying a 17 pounder at this BR is just pure devastation. Is he a wannabe YouTuber, something like Combat Wombat or something? I don't know. Combat Wombat is a YouTuber who basically roasts the fuck out of anyone who pisses him off. Actually quite funny. I got Puma down there. But I hope the little shit doesn't see us, and he's already dead. So obviously the Cromwells will beat us there, but we do have the big gun. They don't have a... Well, the Cromwell 1 has a good gun, but it's not as big as this. Normally, I'd go up to near B and provide fire support. The problem is with that, though, is you're very limited. But on this side of the map, you're covering a flank, and you've got some decent cover if you go down into the riverbed, which is where we're heading to. But seriously though, ItsFilips, why are you requesting a fucking tank? You don't even play tanks, man. I mean, I like the unorthodox request, because I don't think anyone's ever, like, not many people request the Archer. At the same time, you don't play bloody tanks, man. What is that Cromwell doing? He's made this a tank destroyer and you're blinding it. Hello, I've just seen some gunfire up there. Okay, halt. Maybe a bit to the left. That's a Panzer III, I think. He's flying. Right, ranging shot. I'd guess right about there. Bit off. About 2 kilometers, I'd say. About 1.8 I'll aim for. Nah, he's defo 2 kilometers. Estimated. I don't use a rangefinder, by the way. Nah, he's less than 2. He's defo less than 2. Another shot out. Missed him. He's on the move now. I don't blame him when he's got an Archer firing at him. I'll fire one more shot. I'll be fucking in it. No way. We've got a kill assist on it. Because at this range, not many enemy players would know how to range find that well. Right. Let's park her up. Let's have a look around. One other point to note about the Archer, you don't get a lot of ammunition. At most it's 39 rounds, and that is a BT-5 screaming like a retard. Estimate. Well, no, that's not a BT-5, that's a truck. On its way. Dropped it short, he's about 1.6. Is there anything else we can shoot at? Because I didn't bring HE. I don't tend to deal with trucks like that. Well, it wasn't actually that far off him, so we'll go for one more shot. Nah, just missed him. That's a shame. Right, let's get down into that riverbed. I don't remember the last time I saw someone request an Archer for a YouTuber to do. But I like it. I actually quite like this thing. I mean, the chassis isn't great, but it gets the job done. That's all that matters to me. If that AA truck wanted to, it could probably kill us at that range. That's how weak the armor is on this thing. I think the gun shield's like 20 mil. Probably 25. It is not a tough vehicle at all. We're in a riverbed, but you see, this is the problem. A lot of enemy tanks are pushing the B point. I'm normally quite skeptical about pushing the B point. That's a tank, isn't it? that over there. Nope, there's one there, T-34. Estimated range about 1.6. I'll wait till he's in visual range. Fire. Wasn't that far off. Wasn't that far off, that's for certain. Another one. Just missed him. Why is he driving like that? That's not actually helping him. Cromwell, stop firing at him. You're alerting him. I'm trying to fire here. Just missed him. Got a Valentine engaged him now. Machine gunner. Little bit higher just to finish him off. Okay. Kill assist. Annoying, but it would be nice if that Cromwell wasn't going willy-nilly everywhere. Because it's very hard to shoot a tank when you've got this slow turret traverse and you're trying to estimate their range. It's very annoying. But hey, allied teammates, huh? Oh, hang on, I see something over there. That looks like a Puma. Right, last time we fired over there, it was about 1.6. What a fucking shot. First kill. That was a good shot. That was a good shot. Like I say, I've just got to get used to the 17-pounder. I haven't fired it in ages. Got 410 up. We're going to want to take cover in the riverbed. This is one of my little favourite spots, by the way, people, if you want to take note. I'd recommend doing it in a fast tank, though, because otherwise you're going to get sniped in the side, and that's not very nice, especially if you're driving a heavy with a decent gun, such as a KB-85 or an IS-1. Right. Let's park her up and let's have another look round. It's quite quiet at the moment. The enemy team have been pushed back pretty hard, so I'm not expecting to see much on this side. Well, we've seen 3 vehicles so far. Also, I prefer driving the vehicle like this with the turret facing locked backwards. And you just drive however you want. It's very nice. It's a nice vehicle, I don't get why people knock it. Well, I think that's probably going to be our contribution to this battle. Just by looking at it. Oh, hello, hello, hello. As soon as I say that, what the fuck is that? Alright, I don't know. I can't tell its range, but we do kind of need it to go. There's another vehicle out there. Okay. Estimated range. Okay, he just blew up. That's fine. Estimated range about 1.6. Fire. Right, well that's a hit, so we are on target. Never mind. That fucking Cromwell again. Bellend. Ooh, hang on, hang on, hang on. Su-76 tank destroyer. Turn the gun. Estimated range once again about 1.6 to 1.8. And fire. Way off. About 200 meters short. Fire again. About 100 meters short. Is he going to stop and try and fire at us, or what? No, he's driving like an idiot. Now that tree's in the way, it's making it harder for me to see him. Right, he's coming in closer. That's good for me. Makes it easier for me to aim, but at the same time he's driving like an idiot, so... He's just slowing himself down. I'll just wait for him to turn right, because he has to turn right to go into the capture circle anyway, so... And there he is. On his way. Commander, not good enough. What about there? That should have him. Got him. Second kill. That was a bit of a lucky shot, but to be honest, it's a 17 pounder with this much penetration, 190 millimeters. It absolutely rips anything to bits. Let's get in that riverbed a bit more, because the enemy team is starting to push us back a bit. But we can still keep C covered from the riverbed. And if we get shot at and they start working out our range, then yeah. Yeah, I don't use a rangefinder. I find it to be a bit of a coward's way out. Reason why I say that is because most people just look at a vehicle and just go, oh, it's straight in front of me, bang, and they miss by a country mile. But most people just go, oh, I've got a range bot, find a button, and they'll use that and just, well, they won't help their team much by just sitting there. Not only that, the guy who's shooting at you is probably going to work out your range before you get your rangefinder calibrated, shall we say. And to be honest, most vehicles rely on the commander's guessing anyway, so you might as well better off guessing the range than sitting around finding around with a bloody rangefinder and just guess yourself. I mean, as you saw, when I shot that Puma, I said 1.6 to 1.8 roughly, fired at that range, first shot, hit him, took him out. But yeah, if anyone starts knocking the Archer in the comments, I'm going to be a bit annoyed because it's not a bad vehicle. You just need to play it to its strengths. I mean, as we've seen, it's got a cracking gun. The sights are perfect for this sort of job. And you can see 400, 800, 1200, 1600, 2000, 2400, 2800. It's similar to the King Tiger Porsche's sight. And I like that tank because of that sight. Oh, great job, A36. Yep, I think we're going to be sat here for a bit, so... I'm just going to wash the tank a bit. No, do not drown the engine, because that would just be embarrassing. Okay, somebody just died over there. Not sure if it was friendly or enemy. Just trying to wash the tank a bit, might as well. IRL, the engine had already been drowned, but this guy should land. Just spinning it around and just giving it a nice wash. It's my tank after all. I'm going to look after her. Plus, it's not really done much. That's a 410 with an engine failure. Well, that's our battle over and done with. Obviously, the Corsair's going to crash in a moment. Yeah, 2 kills, 3 assists. I'll take it. It's a good little battle. And, well, we might as well wash the entire crew whilst we're at it. Hopefully my crew members know how to hold their breath, but... eh. So not a bad game for the Archer. Obviously, I hate the fact that people knock this thing for what it is. But, I mean, you don't need this armor. Like, the armor isn't the main selling point of any tank. On a heavy tank it might be. But... armor doesn't mean you can't be penetrated. The armor isn't what makes this thing good, in my opinion. It's this gun. If you play this gun right, you are able to snipe foes before they even get your range. As you saw, that SU-76 was driving towards us like a numbskull, to be truthfully honest. But it just shows that even a bad tank in people's eyes can be made to work. And I just don't see how people can knock this thing when it's got a gun that can penetrate anything at its barrel rating. You are going to have drawbacks for that. Simple fact. It's like the Panzer IV F2. It can kill everything at its BR, but the armor is terrible. In the most situations, at least. Another example, the KV-1L11. That thing's got a pretty poor gun for its BR, but it's got a lot of armor. But that armor isn't invincible, especially when you've got an archer firing at you. So I would encourage people to spade the archer. It it can work. And obviously once you get the range nailed down, you're going to be hitting targets left, right, and center. Only maps I don't recommend playing the archer on are city maps. The city isn't really something the archer is good for. Long range, sniping map like Kursk is perfect for this tank. And if you go down to my riverbed, which I'm calling Joe's Riverbed for DTT, you're going to make it work. I can promise you that. So I'll leave it there. I hope you enjoyed today's video on the Archer. Obviously, you had the CR32 earlier. Yeah, spade this thing. It's a lot of fun. I do like the gun on it. I do like the reload rate 'cause it's only 7 seconds on my crew. For the moment, anyway, I'm going to try and work on getting the crew up because I do need to get the skins done on this thing at some point. But don't knock the Archer. It can work very well. You just have to play it right. See you all next one.